And now we're on the last page of limits, okay? So the top, go ahead and don't worry about example 4. We're going to skip that. Okay, but the main idea is that for a limit to exist, you must have the same value on both sides, okay? Otherwise, we're going to say it does not exist, D and E. Okay, let's look at example 5. So for number 1, the limit of f of x as x approaches 1 is right here. Okay, so from what we talked about on the previous page, you should see that that value is 1. Okay, and let's talk about number 3 first, since it's same idea. At f of 1, what is the value? It's different than the limit. F of 1, the value is 2. Okay, and we can just do the odd ones first. So number 5, the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x. Alright, so here's x2. Okay, that's what we really need to talk about here. So if you look at f of 2, there's a gap. Okay, and they both, like if you look at from the left side and the right side, they do not approach the same value. That is a D and E. Does not exist. Okay, and you can do 2 and 4 on your own if you want. But so because of this does not exist right here, that's going to bring us to one-sided limits. Okay, so if we looked at this function on the left and the right side, there are limits if you talk about just one side, okay? And that's what we're going to be doing below. So for a limit to exist, the function must approach the same from both sides. However, that doesn't always happen. When you would normally get does not exist, we're going to look at one-sided limits to see their value, okay? So either from the left or the right side. Think about this here. Which direction is negative for the x-axis? That's left, okay? So that's why a left-hand limit has a negative sign. And which direction is positive? As you're going to the right, you're getting positive. So a right-hand limit will have a positive next to its constant. Okay, so let's do example 6 and figure out the left and the right-hand limits. So if you look here, there's a couple of gaps in the graph. Oh, excuse me. Only one gap in the graph, okay? And so the limit is not going to exist right there, but if you look at the left and the right sides, it will. Okay, so let's do number 1. We're talking about f of 1, or excuse me, like if you just, it's a limit as x goes to 1. So we're looking at 1 here, okay? And then 1 positive, that's going to be talking about the right side of the graph. So the limit as f of x approaches 1 on the right side, that value is 1. Okay, and let's do number 2. So as you see, it says 1 negative, that means the left side of the graph. Okay, so at x of 1 on the left side, what is the function approaching? 0. Okay, so number 3, what is the limit? What is the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x? Well, the left side is 0 and the right side is approaching 1. They're not approaching the same value. So this one is a D and E. Okay, they have to approach the same. And then what is f of 1? Okay, well, kind of a different question, but f of 1 should be your closed circle. So that's going to be